In our Developing World class, we watched a movie called Making the Crooked Straight, and it's about one man who traveled to Ethiopia and made a difference in many people's lives by being a doctor and by treating them for the various illnesses and diseases and problems that they had in their lives.
One of the things that I really liked was he did this because he wanted to. He went as a doctor and he started taking kids in, and these kids had illnesses and defects that they didn't think that they could get treated, and he was able to actually help them and to make a difference in their lives.
Yeah. It said in Ethiopia there's 8 million citizens that are there, and then like a fourth of them live under $1 a day. So they're all kind of in like a poverty state, and in that state, it's all about survival. So they don't really have the money and the means to be healthy, and a lot of them live in rural areas. So even if they do, then it's kind of hard to go to see a doctor because it's so far away.
I was really surprised about some of the statistics he said at the beginning when he was talking about there are more doctors in Boston than there are in Ethiopia. Did you guys catch that?
Yeah.
That was really
And a lot of the doctors from Ethiopia go to the States.
So they can make more money.
So
yeah.
even their very own doctors leave. And
it's really selfless of him to like give up his money and give up like his life. Like he gave up his personal life, and that doesn't bother him. Like he doesn't have a wife or like he doesn't have a family, but in a sense,
That
like,
created one.
he
Yeah.
created
15 years doing
he's-
that. That was
He's
wow.
so
And the way to cure him was to put him on his health insurance. And
Yeah.
to do that, he had to adopt them. So essentially, he brought 17 or 18 kids
yeah.
into his own home, which is just so selfless and awesome.
I thought it was crazy how like the drugs that like are so easily accessible to us, like to these kids and to people in Ethiopia, like they didn't think it was possible. And for him, he's able to buy the generic drugs, and it only costs him a couple bucks,
Yeah.
and it changes someone's entire life. Like when he went, I don't even remember where he went, but it was like all these people had, what was it called?
Trachoma?
Trachoma. Yeah, like they were close to being blind,
Yeah.
and just from a drug he bought for
one
a couple
simple
dollars.
pill.
Yeah, one pill.
Yeah,
Changed everything.
he could cure blindness for them, change their entire life.
Something that would cost $25 in the United States only costs $1 or $2 to them because they buy generic. And like generic stuff is just as good. Like it still saves lives.
I love how he said you're not going to help anyone or change anything unless you have a good education. And I think in this class and just in general, everything traces back to education. Without his education and his skills, he wouldn't have been able to do all that he did.
I think it's super inspiring. Like watching that video, it just makes me want to go do something, and
Yeah.
I'm like, but I gotta get my education first.
Definitely.
And there are things we can do. Like he talked about the lady who, for her birthday, decided to sponsor a kid and pay for a surgery. I mean, a lot of it goes back to money. We can donate and we can.
Yeah, there was a few scenarios like that, like a synagogue and just different groups just saving lives.
Yeah, the running group. I really like the quote that, I don't remember who said it, but he who saves one life saves an
Yeah.
entire world.
Yeah.
Like thinking about that, because someone's life is their entire world, and how they, their standard of living, and I mean, if you go blind, that changes your whole, and to change that for a few dollars, I mean, that's an ice cream cone.
And
That's-
even their prosperity too, like their kids and everything. Like it's kind of like missionaries in the church. Like that's just kind of what I thought of. Like once you convert one person, like
You convert
all
the
their
whole family,
generations, like, and so it's just really cool.
How great shall be your joy, you know,
Yeah.
that's kind of what I thought of too.
Yeah.
Wow.
I liked how he brought up the fact that like he was trying to create a new world. Like you had touched on it a little bit, but just these kids are the future generation of Ethiopia, and by making a difference in their lives, they'll be able to make a difference in others, and it could have like a rippling effect. It could change the whole country just by one person deciding to make a difference in other people's lives.
I love how he sought out the people that a lot of people would tend to just look right through, and he talked about that. He talked about how that's what keeps him going is these people, who most people just look right through.
Yeah, they don't think that they even have a chance.
Yeah.
And everyone
He had
can
hope.
Everyone can make a difference like that. that one schoolboy who
Raised $5,000.
$5,000 for a schoolhouse, and that raised so many more kids went to that school, which
Yeah.
like creates so much education, which like is kind of the whole process of education to improve the economic growth and all that stuff.
It's pretty impressive.
And I liked about how he still faced adversity, and he talked about how he wasn't able to save all, and that's the real world. Like, you can't do everything, but he did all he could, and some people did end up passing away that were in his home, but I don't know, just his example and his example of perseverance and continuing to work and to try and prevent a better life for these people was awesome.
Like, all you can do is do your best, and that's what he was trying to do.
I liked that video.
It
One
was
of the coolest
really
ones
good
we've watched.
video.
Good.
Right.
Okay.